Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Abdulmalik Hassan Mashi by name. I'm the Readers Hub Ambassador, Premium member of the Readers Hub. I'm a book reviewer of today. The book I'm going to review is Get to the Point, written by Joel Schwartzberg. The book has 106 pages, 11 chapters, and the book says a lot about public speaking. So all you need to know about public speaking is you have to know your point, you have to sell your point, not just share your point. So there are so many lessons in the book. So when you go through the book, you are going to see those lessons. And what is this point is all about? Point is something that you can prove, you can depend, you can argue. Uh, and point also speaks its value and its purposes. So without one means you are pointless. So you don't need to rumble in front of people. You need to sell your point, not just share your point. And there are some ways for you to sell your point. You have to have a point for you to sell a point. You have to have a point for you to be on point, and you have to have a point for you to deliver your point. And there are some things that are enemies of your point, that is like nonsense words, are counters. We simply refer them as are counters. We have speed is also part of the enemies of your point, and things like that. And there are so many lessons in this book. You have to be a continuous learner. You have to know the power of thousand, so that you can take a rest to give your audience chance to think what you have said to them, and also to give yourself chance to generate a new idea. And lastly, no matter who you are, how you are communicating with, you need to you learn tremendous. You have a tremendous point for you to sell. Thank you, and for giving me this chance to share my thoughts about this book. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to start by congratulating our reviewer. He has done a lot of work to deliver this presentation. For you to be able to review a book, it means that you have to read the book and understand the content before you deliver your own review. Mostly reviews are based on analysis, so you have to understand the content before you deliver a very good review. So Mala Abdul Malik, congratulations for your first, you can't hear me? Thank you, thank you very much, and congratulations for your first review at the Readers Hub. Then I would like to also congratulate other members for coming to this venue. This is our first session at this venue. So we'll thank our host, our members for coming, and reviewer. So I think we don't have time, so that is why I'm just saying all these things now. So moving on to the point. My point is, this book is very short and precise, and it's straight to the point. If you have read the book, you know that it's very precise and it is to the point. And I have some few additions I want to add, but many people want to make their own comments. So I would just like to, limit it to one or two aspects. First, I will start with the presentation of the book. It's a very wonderful book. I have learned so many things with the book, especially understanding your point. Some people, they used to confuse. He gave an example between theme, between topic, between title, subject, and your point. These are all two different things, and they meant different things, especially in a presentation. So if you look at the presentation today now, you can say the theme is on communication, right? And the title is, maybe you can pick the title of the book. That is the title of the presentation. But what is the point? Your point is not the title. And your point is not the theme. You need to understand that there are three different things. Your point is something that you want to have, a call to action at the end of it. I want you to understand this, and I want you to do this at the end of the presentation. That is why he said, whenever you are in a presentation, you should start with your point. Then you explain it. Then you finish with your point. Because at the end of it, people will take away that final point you discussed on. So it's very important for you, whenever you are in a presentation, to understand your point so that you can sell the point. For example, now if you are, let's say Abdulmalik is a communication executive, right, just like the author, and he made a presentation here, and his point is he wants to sell a communication course to us, right? So when he starts his presentation, then he is going to introduce the course, that is his own communication course, and he will oblige all the members to register for that course. At the end of his presentation, he will end the presentation with a call to action. Maybe he can add a link to the presentation and say that if you want to buy this course or you want to register for this course, then click on this link to take you directly to that course. So that is a point, right? Then I have a reservation on one of the points presented in the book. And he said, all apologies are off the table. You shouldn't apologize for anything in your presentation. So for me, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We are all human beings, right? And we do make mistakes. And if you make a mistake and you acknowledge it, you are giving the audience an opportunity to connect with you. But if you decide to not apologize and just move on as if nothing happened, then some of your audience may feel that you are too arrogant to accept a mistake, and you may lose them immediately. So for me, I feel that if you make a mistake and you feel that you want to apologize to your audience, then it's okay for you to apologize, at least from my audience. So I'll just stop here and give others the opportunity. Thank you. Want to apologize to your audience, then it's okay for you to apologize, at least from my audience. So I'll just stop here and give others the opportunity. Thank you.
When you were making presentation, you mentioned choosing which is evidence. So whatever you do, make sure you use evidence or a personal story as a cornerstone. There's something I want to share. I came across a post online last week. I believe a lot of people here know Salim Yunusa, the founder of Poetic Wednesdays. So there was a post he made last week, and after reading the post, I realized that Salim Yunusa was trying to make a point. At the last, he succeeded in making the point. Salim he applied as a storyteller to one of the most famous publishing press we have in Nigeria. So he made numerous applications and he wasn't selected to work with them. Then he came back online and posted about his application. He stated that Humble Angels are the most powerful media press I know in Nigeria. And the reason why I say they are the most powerful media press I know in Nigeria is because they tell the true stories of northern Nigeria. They tell stories about Boko Haram, about insecurity. They do not tell stories of politicians and what have you. He said it is the only media press I applied for job and I did not get selected. And he stated that this means that I need to work better in order to equip myself with the skills they need. So people will think that Salim is just there to say that maybe he's not, let me say, he's not equipped or he's not capable of working with them. Meanwhile, Salim wanted to make use of his social media presence and his powerful storytelling in order to work, in order to secure a job with them. After he made that post, over 50 people shared the post and they tagged them. So after tagging them and they hired him and they give him the job. So the point he's trying to make here is that whatever you do, you have to prove, you have to give evidence in whatever you are doing. And this is the very good takeaway I got from this book. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Uh, my name is Musa Abubakar. I'm sorry I came late. But during your conclusion, there is one line I saw in which you write you rather share your point than selling them. So it makes me a little bit confused. What is the difference between sharing point and selling them?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My question will go directly. I found a statement says about the selling point. I want you to explain it wider. What do you understand? What does the author means about selling point? Is that clear? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adam Ibrahim Aliu, and Mr. Abdulmalik, you have made a very good presentation. We say a very big thank you for that. It's a job well done. However, I want to add a bit about what you just finished presenting. But before then, there are some recommendations that I want to give, especially to the reviewer. Whenever you want to review a book, it's quite important that you know that it's important to start with a storytelling, it's paramount important to go straight to the point so that you will not waste time, as time is very precious and important. Meanwhile, when you are making your point also, try as much as you can to be very brief, but make the point very clearly understandable, so that your audience will know what you are speaking about without taking much of their own time. And again, whenever you have a point that you want to make, he said, don't share your point, rather sell it. But before you sell your point, you have to understand what you are selling. Let's look at Islamic perceptions. Islamically, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, don't speak until you have something valuable to say. And there's this saying that says, Kairul Kalamu Kalil. Mafi girman magana shi, mafi muhimmanci magana shi ne kaɗan. Kada zama mai yawa. So if you have a point you want to sell, just tell the point and then support it with supportive points, not other English that you just going around without making any impact. Then standing unapologetic at some point in time when you are presenting. Yes, as maybe if you are an entrepreneur and you are presenting something, you know your colleagues, they will try to counter-attack you in such a way that they want to get into a trap. So at those times, you have to very unapologetic. You have to stand strong. You know that this is the point I want to sell, and there's no going back about it. Thank you very much because of the time factor.